Do you need to have studied business to become a business consultant? The short answer, no. Consulting firms hire from a variety of different academic backgrounds, but don't just take my word for it. This is exactly what McKinsey and BCG say on their websites. Now, even though they don't require a business degree, there are specific things you need to do if you don't study business. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, how you can get into consulting without a business degree. Hi, my name's Henry. I'm an incoming BCG consultant, and importantly for this video, I'm not a business student. And if you haven't been here before, welcome to the Consulting Axis, where our mission is to help you align your future in consulting. So if that sounds good, then consider subscribing. But for now, let's get right into the video. Now, there are 4 things you should do if you want to get into consulting without a business degree. Tip number 1 is to show them that you are really interested in business and consulting specifically. Now, you haven't got the reason that you studied business to show them this, so you need to get some experiences in consulting or business to show them this, and you can put this on your CV, in your interviews, you can talk about these experiences. So what experience can you get? You could join a consulting or business society at college or university. You could try and get some sort of internship at any sort of business really. Now, this doesn't necessarily need to be at a consulting firm. For example, I did one at an accounting firm. Anything that shows them that you haven't just applied on a whim and you are truly interested in business and consulting specifically. On the flip side though, make sure you don't overdo this. Don't just talk about business in your CV and in your interviews. Make sure you show them you've had a range of experiences, from charity work to sporting endeavours to music, etc. Now, tip number 2 is to learn some basic consulting and business terminologies. Especially in your interviews, they do expect you to have a basic understanding of some consulting and business terminologies. Now, not only will this help you with tip number 1 in showing them that you're interested in consulting and business, but knowing these terminologies is actually crucial to solving the case study. For example, knowing things like fixed and variable costs could be crucial when analysing the cost of a company, or potentially your interviewer has said to you that the company wants to achieve a market share of 25%. So you'd obviously need to know what market share is to answer this question. Now, I'll be making a video on all the business and consulting terminologies you need for your case interviews, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Now, tip number 3 is to think about businesses. Business students have had 3-4 years, maybe even more, constantly thinking about how businesses work and how they could be improved. Therefore, you can assume that they could answer quite a lot of case questions fairly well. This means as a non-business student, you need to practice to be able to come up with inventive business solutions. And a way of doing this is to incorporate this into your daily life. For example, let's say you're going shopping for food. You could be asking yourself, what sort of promotional strategies could this shop put in place to get more profit? Maybe they could say that if you spend a certain amount in the shop, this could lead to vouchers, or simple things like buy one get one free. I actually spoke about how you can answer business questions creatively in your case interviews in my previous video. So if you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. Now finally, tip number 4 is be confident. Just because you don't study business does not mean you won't be a business consultant. I didn't study business, and I also know countless people that work at places like BCG and McKinsey that study degrees like English and history, degrees that people typically don't think will get you into consulting. What I'm trying to say is that do not go into your interview, or really any stage before then, thinking everyone else will have studied business, I'm far less qualified. Consulting firms want people from a variety of backgrounds that can solve a variety of problems. So let's just recap what you should do if you want to get into consulting without a business degree. Firstly, you need to show them that you're interested in business and consulting specifically. Secondly, learn some consulting and business terminologies. Thirdly, think about businesses. And last but definitely not least, be confident. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. It's free, so why not? But for now, best of luck with your consulting applications.